Stand up for me, bud.
Stand up. So you calm down. This is where we're at. He can do that because he's on the road. Just calm me down for a second.
Chill. Stop it. Stop it. Sit up.
On February 2nd, 2023, a routine school day in Oviedo, Florida, took a shocking turn when a 9-year-old student was handcuffed inside his classroom after an out-of-control tantrum. Bodycam footage captured the intense moments as police officers attempted to de-escalate the situation while the child threw objects, kicked staff, and resisted their efforts. The student remained restrained for 13 minutes before calming down, but the incident has since sparked outrage and a legal battle. Now, the boy's parents are suing the city and police department, claiming excessive force and emotional harm. The case has reignited a heated debate over how schools handle behavioral crises in young children.
No. This is one of those situations, man. This is why I can't be an SRO.
Footage from Officer Yasmona's body camera shows a chaotic classroom scene with books and papers strewn across the floor as the 9-year-old continues his tantrum. Staff members stand nearby, cautiously trying to de-escalate the situation while using protective measures. When Officer Manata approaches in an attempt to calm the child, the situation escalates further. Rather than responding to verbal cues, the student lashes out, throwing punches and shouting profanities at the officer, making it clear he is not ready to cooperate.
Oh, you want to throw stuff though, right? You. That's okay. I get that a lot. It doesn't hurt my feelings.
Staff members position a blue punching bag between themselves and the 9-year-old in an attempt to shield against his escalating aggression. Despite their efforts, the child continues lashing out, this time kicking a teacher. The situation remains tense as Officer Scott Mosley enters the classroom, observing the student's erratic behavior. As the child continues his outburst, hurling various objects, including a wet floor sign, Mosley steps in to regain control. Concerned for the safety of the teachers, staff, and other students, he decides to restrain the child. Moments later, Mosley places the boy in handcuffs, a decision he later defends in the incident report, stating that the measure was taken to prevent further harm to those in the room.
Stand up for me, bud.
Stand up. So you calm down. This is where we're at. He can do that because he's on the road. Just calm me down for a second.
Chill.
Footage from Officer Mosley's body camera captures the child forcefully kicking at the officers as they struggle to restrain him. Despite being placed in handcuffs, the student remains highly agitated, thrashing against their hold. As the officers work to maintain control, the child continues to scream loudly, unleashing a stream of profanities in defiance of their attempts to calm him down.
Stop it. Sit up. Chill.
Just relax.
You need to chill.
Throwing stuff. We can take the handcuffs.
I'm not going to do that.
The police report states that the handcuffs were initially placed loosely around the child's wrists, ensuring they were not too tight while still preventing him from slipping out. However, the child continued to resist, twisting and pulling in an effort to break free. As he struggled, his movements became more frantic, increasing the risk of injury. In response, Officer Mosley is seen firmly holding the child's arm, attempting to keep him still. In the incident report, Mosley later explained that he adjusted the cuffs higher on the student's arms, not to tighten them, but to prevent the child from hurting himself while trying to escape. Despite these efforts, the child remained agitated. Meanwhile, Officer Minato stepped in, using a calm and steady tone to encourage the child to settle down, hoping to defuse the situation without further escalation.
You're throwing things. You're putting everyone in this room in. You need to hear it. It's okay, I get that a lot. We're trying to figure out why you're so upset.
Stop pulling.
Stop!
Stop pulling.
Ow!
Stop kicking at my hand.
Just relax.
No, holding me!
You relax, we can talk to you and you can take
Shut
it off.
the f*** up!
That's why you're not going anywhere. You know, in another situation, you would be in very big trouble for hitting a police officer.
Shut up!
Just letting you know, the older you get, it's going to be very harder for you to be making these behaviors. You're doing really good with Officer Tennant. She gives you stickers, she asks you how your day is, and then this is how you treat us.
Yeah, you're
What? You can relax, we can take the cuffs off, but you're literally endangering everybody here by hitting everybody. And they don't come to work to get beat up. They come to work to keep you safe and teach you. That's fine.
A few minutes after the initial restraint, Officer Makata remains engaged in trying to calm the 9-year-old down. Recognizing that the child is still tense and upset, he speaks in a steady and measured tone, reassuring him that the situation can improve if he cooperates. Makata repeatedly tells the student that the handcuffs can be removed, but only if he demonstrates that he is calm and no longer a risk to himself or others. As the conversation continues, the officer carefully observes the child's body language, looking for any signs that he is ready to de-escalate. Though the student is still visibly upset, Makata remains patient, trying to help him shift his focus away from resistance and towards regaining control of his emotions. His approach is intended to make the child feel heard while reinforcing that compliance will lead to the cuffs being removed. This moment highlights the balance officers must strike between maintaining safety and offering reassurance in tense situations involving young children.
You don't care, but you can go to jail for things like that. And I don't want to see you go to jail for things like that. Okay? You can get in trouble for hitting staff too.
Okay, I've done it since pre-K.
That's not nice. Why do you do those things?
Because the teachers are fault.
But why? They're only trying to teach you.
Okay.
But we want to get you off those cuffs, so
No,
you're
you don't.
trying to get off the cuffs. We can easily open them if you just comply and talk to everybody to see what's going on with you while you're having a rough morning. You're trying really hard to take those cuffs off, and we want to take it off, trust me. We just want to make sure everybody's safe. So can you talk to us?
The teacher steps in, taking a different approach by calmly speaking to the child. Unlike the more authoritative tone used by the officers, the teacher's gentle and composed demeanor appears to resonate with the student. As she engages him in conversation, the child begins to show signs of de-escalation. His body language becomes less tense, and his outbursts start to subside. Recognizing this shift, Officer Mosley continues to monitor the situation, ensuring that the child is no longer a threat to himself or those around him. As the student gradually regains control of his emotions, Mosley makes the decision to release him from the handcuffs. This moment underscores the effectiveness of a calm, patient approach in diffusing tense situations, especially when dealing with young children in crisis.
Thanks, bud.
Good job, buddy.
Police say shortly after that, they were able to get the student to go to the guidance counselor's office. The child's parents are now suing the city and the police department. According to local reports, the parents of the student filed the lawsuit at the end of September against the 2 officers involved in the incident, citing the entire thing caused extreme harm and aggravated the child's existing behavioral condition.
The incident at Stenstrom Elementary School on February 2, 2023, has sparked heated debate over the role of law enforcement in handling behavioral issues in young children. While officers justified the use of handcuffs as a necessary measure to protect those in the room, the child's parents argue it was excessive and have filed a lawsuit against the city of Oviedo and the police department. This case, along with similar past incidents, has reignited discussions about the proper response to behavioral crises in schools. Should law enforcement be involved, or should alternative interventions be prioritized? As the legal battle unfolds, this incident serves as yet another example of the complex and often controversial intersection of school discipline, law enforcement, and the treatment of children with behavioral challenges.